Hey guys, I've posted this before, but some of you are still having difficulties with your claim statement on your argument paper. So hopefully this will assist since I'm talking you through it now. On this EdPuzzle, I am going to allow you to skip. So after a couple examples, if you want to skip to the next section, you can, but those of you that need a few more examples, then keep following along. Okay, the very first part of your claim statement, which remember is the last sentence of your introductory paragraph, which we haven't done yet. So you're going to have your hook sentence, your background information or the current situation, a sentence or two about that, and then finally the last sentence is your claim statement. Now the claim statement is divided into 4 parts. The very first part needs to be who or what. You know, what organization do you want to take some kind of action? Because you want somebody to do something to fix this problem or whatever your chosen topic has to be. So who or what? So let's look at some examples. There we go. All right, so you've got the Florida Supreme Court should, the Florida Supreme Court should not, Florida citizens should, Florida citizens should not. So you see somebody is taking responsibility. Florida law should. You get the idea. All right, let's see. Okay, the National Football League executive officer should. The National Football League executive officer should not. All right, so then that was part 1. This is part 2. What action do you want them to do? You said should. Well, what should they do or what should they not do? So again, the first part, the Florida Supreme Court should. They should maintain the current law allowing parole for convicted juvenile murder felons. We'll abbreviate that there. Or you might have the Florida Supreme Court should not. They should not maintain the current law allowing parole for convicted juvenile murder felons. Florida citizens should. Again, the first part. This is the second part. Florida citizens should vote to change the current law to allow medical marijuana to be legally produced and monitored because, so this is your second part. Here's another example, just of the opposite. They should not vote to change the current law to allow medical marijuana. That's the controversy. It's arguable. You're going to have some people that say yes, some people that say no, which is obvious since it was a very close call on the last election for this. All right, the National Football League executive officer should. What do we want him to do? He should change its current policy to allow the use of doctor-prescribed and monitored stimulants to players because, or the National League should not change its current policy to allow. Again, both sides of the argument. So parts 3 and 4, we just went over 1 and 2. 3 and 4 are your reasons 1 and your reason 2. United States federal government should, part 1, maintain the current law allowing parole for convicted juvenile murder felons because the offender may have a mental disorder or the brain has not fully developed. So there are my 2 reasons, and I've kind of italicized the first reason and underlined the second reason. There are 2 specific, they're very different reasons. Some of you are kind of repeating your first reason as your second reason, and it's causing you issues. So make sure, based on your evidence in your articles, that you have 2 reasons, either supporting why or why not, whatever you want, whatever your claim statement is. Okay, so, and there's just the whole thing, reversed. Or put together, I should say. And then here's the opposite. The Florida Supreme Court should not. Now, here are the two reasons for the should not, the other side. They say because the murdered victim does not have that opportunity to come back, and the murder was planned out ahead of time. So again, two completely different reasons as to why the current law should not be changed. Okay, now if you send me a paper that has a claim statement and you have a should not, I might make some suggestions, but you're going to try to not use the word not in your claim statement. But we'll worry about this later. If you can come up with an example like the ones I'm going to give you, great, go ahead and change it. But if not, submit it as it is, and then later on when we do revision, you can work on getting rid of the not so that we don't have a negative claim statement. I'll show you how. Instead of saying we should not maintain the current law, instead you could say something like we should change the current law. Basically, those two statements say the same thing. It's just this is a positive statement, this is a negative statement because of the word not. So again, we've got it here. Should change the current law. And again, let's give another one. Should not. Instead of saying should not legalize stem cell research, maybe we could rephrase it as should abstain from legalizing stem cell research. So we're just trying to get rid of that word not, but not get rid of the fact that we don't want to do it or we don't think it should be occurring. So abstain means, we should, other words, synonyms for abstain, we should prevent the legalizing of stem cell research. We should, again, change would work here, but what you could do is look for synonyms for abstain, see if it would be appropriate for your paper. All right, that's it, guys. So please break down your claim statement step by step by step, because I'm going to keep sending it back to you. If your claim statement is not correct, your entire paper is going to be confusing. I will not grade your paper if your claim statement is not worded in that same format that we just went over. Okay, so anyway, I look forward to seeing your papers anytime between now and Monday afternoon.